WesWes, y'all.
But I just want to come back to the TikTok. It's hella funny, man. And man, I had to show it to a few people.
Right.
And it's funny, man. It's funny.
What is that?
Is this something that you're gonna like do like on the regular?
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard because if you're not good looking, then it's got no right. No. I mean, it's got 3.3 million views. I've got 64,000 likes. I've got 1,600 followers now. I didn't think it would like blow up, but I was just having fun with something I saw on it. So I don't know. I used to like making, like, you know, my Facebook clips and that. I like being creative, but with my Facebook, it's just my friends, and so I always think, well, if you know me, you know me. There's going to be no surprises. But with a public platform like TikTok, I'm just sort of like, I don't want to be judged, and I sort of see a lot of, you know, there's some real funny comments on other people's pages, and I'm like, but if it was directed at me, I'm just like, would I be crying at night, sort of thing. But I mean, it'll be cool. I've got an idea of what to do for a follow-up TikTok for that one. And some of them I've floated it to my workers the co-workers at work, and they've said, no, don't do that. And some of them I'm like, that could be cool. So I don't know. I just love it, just scrolling through and just looking at everyone's stuff and then just being like, that's cool. And so that's where I got the idea, because, you know, a lot of the ladies would like trip over the guitar and there's a piece of ham or something playing the strings, and so I thought, I wouldn't mind doing this one, sort of thing. But my biggest gripe about
well, it wasn't the original.
No. I'd seen like there's one, a pregnant lady, she trips over the guitar and a little hand comes out and plays the guitar.
Okay.
So
this is your version.
Yeah. I've only seen my one, because then my friends then showed me one and the guy trips over it and he's got a sausage and the sausage plays it. So I was just like, true. But again, you know, it's just something that just caught my eye, and I just thought, I'll run with that and try that. So, I mean, again, anything that takes your mind off work and that is creative, for me, is quite good fun, because I've always wanted to do my YouTube channel or something like that. But I just hate talking, you know, when you're walking with a camera and you're trying. I just want to get to where I'm going. I don't want to be talking about a whole lot of stuff, sort of thing. So
there's people who are successful that do that because, you know, they've sort of set the standard.
Yeah.
So they're walking around like public areas with their phone talking, and you see it on the. You know what? I watch some of these people do it. These Instagram or YouTube influencers, and they're doing that like in the middle of the mall,
right?
And then they're shouting, talking to the phone, and I'm thinking, man, I will never do that.
I mean, I'd love to have the balls to, but at the same time, I can do it in front of my on Facebook in front of my friends. Like I can do that, like in my mankini or that kind of stupid stuff. I can do that, but I don't know, in front of like a lot of like putting it on a public platform. I'm not quite there yet, but.
So this must be the experience when your TikTok came out.
Yeah, I mean,
how did you feel? Like, you had some anxiety?
So
before you hit send?
No, actually, because I was just like, I don't care, like, because it's just me in it. But then, you know, my wife had said, the guitar's dirty. I was if there's always something negative, but the guitar's dirty. But it was just funny because it wasn't that big, and then it started getting bigger. And then one of the girls at work, she said, well, you know, my friend got 1.2 million views on her one. So I was like, that'll be cool to beat. Not that I can actually do anything to beat it, but it was kind of cool because you could see where it was going around the world geographically, because of the comments were like, you know, French. So there's a lot of French comments, so you knew it was kind of blowing up in France. Then it was, you know, somewhere in the Middle East sort of thing, because it was all Arabic and that. So it was kind of cool just tracking that. But then, you know, I'm just trying to think, what would actually be a funny follow-up video? And, you know, people obviously like my peers, You know what I mean? Like people like it for that. So if you come with something different, would that turn people off, or would, you know, what would that do? But my kids were just like,
I see.
my kids were just like, oh, Dad, you've got 1,000 followers now. You can go live, and I'm just like, like, why the hell would I do that? Like,
I see. So the pears are the style of the
well, that's the thing, right? Like,
pears will make another appearance somewhere.
well, yeah, but they got to have spots on them, because that's what a lot of people had said. Like, dude, you go to the doctor because those pears have spots on them. And so I was just like, oh, yeah, I think the pears. But I mean, some of my friends on from high school, they said, I thought those were your knees. And so I was like, dude, I can see why we had early, sex education at our school if you thought those were knees, like my gosh, you poor things. Like, yeah. So it's just,
it's funny, and certain things pull it off. One of the things is the choice of guitar music, because it had to be that
yeah.
style.
Well,
It had to be that song.
well,
on the guitar.
that's what everyone does it on. So my next idea.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's what
okay.
they do. So my next one was like, if a girl just says, "Can you play some Nirvana or something?" It's like, dun, 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 dun. So I was just like, oh, maybe that'll be cool. So yeah, I mean, for me, because I work a stressful job. Like, it's cool just to daydream about stuff, and that's why I love my comic, is because, when I was teaching, when I was doing it, is that you've got some downtime, and then just suddenly oh, that's a cool idea, and having the iPad, you just like chuck it out, and then you just start to make a cool idea in that. So again, taking your mind off work and being creative, it just opens up a whole new thing. So yeah.